Hey everybody, welcome back to Wine Time. It's Yappy Hour, it's Friday. Yay! Air toast.
Cheers.
Cheers. I'm Melanie and I'm joined this week again. Here's Monica. And of course, Bronny and Vinny, who, I don't know, just napping. Try to get them to wake up, but they are not in the mood today. I guess because it's really cloudy and gray outside.
I don't think I've ever seen them awake.
It's just, what's with the weather? We are Nectar of the Dog's Wine, and we are here for the 10th time. Can you believe it? 10?
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, Air Toast.
Good job.
We started this back in April. We were all holed up at home drinking, and we thought, you know what? We have all this equipment and gear and have a wonderful crew of people, and we thought, let's just drink for a great cause. So we contacted some of the organizations that we had partnered with and said, hey, you know, we'd like to give you a platform to share your story, and that's what we did, and here we are 10 weeks later. So we're just here to tell you a little bit about who we are and what we do and why we do what we do, and then of course shine a light on some local organizations who help dogs. And let's just go, shall we?
We shall.
We shall. So we are Nectar of the Dog's Wine, and we are a wine company that was started in 2015. It was inspired by the love of our four-legged angels who passed onto the Rainbow Bridge. We created this company to produce great tasting, easy drinking wines so that we could sell a lot of it, so that we could give back to rescue organization. Every bottle of wine that we sell, we donate a portion of the proceeds to different organizations. And to date, we've given over $7,000 to some organizations, including All-American Dachshund Rescue, Bark Party, SPCA LA.
So great.
So great. Chiquita's Friends. And those are some organizations that we've had longstanding relationships with and that we featured on the show in previous weeks. And some of them are new, like
Love at First Mutt, Live Love Animal Rescue, and who we're talking to today, Good Sense Dogs.
Good Sense Dogs. Yeah. So as I mentioned, we were inspired by the love of our dogs who passed onto the Rainbow Bridge. And if you've had our wine or if you'd like to try our wine, you'll notice that all the dogs on the label there, they were our dogs, and you can learn about their stories on the website nectarofthedogswine.com. But the 4 dogs that you see here, those were the dogs that belonged to my husband and I. Connie, Clyde, Floyd, and Mika. You'll see, obviously, there's 3 wiener dogs there. And Mika was our husky mix who thought she was a dachshund because she grew up with all those dachshunds. But just, the wonderful dogs that changed my life and inspired the company. And you can probably see Bronny and Vinny here. I'm trying to get him to wake up. But anyway, here at Nectar of the Dog's Wine, we like to say it's not really drinking alone if your dog is with you. Because here we are, and here we are. So, Monica, what are we drinking this week?
This week we're drinking our rosé of Pinot Noir, and I have an interesting fact about the Pinot Noir.
Oh, do tell.
Okay, I will. The Pinot Noir grape is actually the most versatile grape out there. You can use it to make red wine, rosé, white wine, or sparkling wine, which is incredible.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I think I've had a lot of those different variations.
I think so too. Anyways, but our rosé is semi-dry. It is light-bodied and crisp, and just the perfect wine that you want to take out to the pool on a nice warm day, or even an overcast day. It's still warm out there.
That's true. It's true. Right now in our portfolio, we have 2 different rosés, a rosé in Malbec and a rosé of Pinot Noir. Very different flavor profiles, obviously very different grapes. I know a lot of people might think that rosé is pink and sweet, but ours is not.
No.
So we encourage you to try the 2 different tastes. And then we have a couple of different whites, and right now 1 red from Paso. The rosé of Pinot Noir sells for $26 a bottle, and if you've joined us here in previous weeks, you know that we've been doing 30% case discounts to try to stimulate the economy and obviously get some wine sold so we can help these organizations.
But we're not going to do it forever, so go out and get your wine now while it's discounted.
That's true. That's true. The more we sell, the more we can give back.
Right.
So make sure to click the shop now or go to the website. As I mentioned in previous episodes, I don't own a vineyard, but I work with some award-winning boutique wineries in the Central Coast and the Central Valley of California. So most of our wines come from Lodi, Santa Barbara County, and then as I mentioned, our red blend, our CCF McMurphy, comes from Paso. And I just want to highlight here, this is Megan McGrath Gates. She's the winemaker for Lucas and Llewellyn, and she's just an excellent, excellent winemaker. I think I've probably gotten maybe 6 or 7 of our varietals from working with her. So I'll call her and say, hey, Megan, like when we did the Three Dogs White, I said I want to do this white blend, and she sent a bunch of samples.
Oh,
and
that's
then
my favorite time when those samples arrive.
Monica's, as a wine club member, that is a perk that you get to have. When we're looking to bottle a new wine, we all get together and try the different ones and say, this is the one we love, and then that's what we bottle. And so, yeah, that's Three Dogs White right there. But it's, that's kind of the fun part of being in the wine business. So Monica, I mentioned that we had some longstanding relationships with All American Dachshund Rescue, Bark Party, and others. And you mentioned that we had some new relationships.
New friends, yes, of course. We did get an email from Good Sense Dogs. Rachel reached out just to see what we could do to partner together, do something fun. Of course, no events. So here we are. We invited them on to Wine Time, and we're going to talk to Christy Cooney here in just a few minutes.
Yeah, so we were talking to Christy, when we talk to these organizations, we obviously have a little bit of a pre-production call to learn more about them. And so Good Sense Dogs is it's not a dog rescue organization. And I was so just touched. I mean, this has been a rough week for a lot of people, just a rough week. And so when we talked to her on Monday, I was just really inspired, and I can't wait for her to share the story. But Good Sense Dogs is dedicated to assisting the most underserved and at-risk populations of Sacramento pet owners to care for their furry best friends in the best way possible, as well as to educate those who have not been afforded the best knowledge and practices for animal care and handling. Their goal is to improve the lives of people and pets alike through 4 distinct programs. So I'd like to welcome Christy Cooney, the Executive Director and Trainer for Good Sense Dogs. Christy, how are you? Welcome to Wine Time. Cheers.
Awesome. Cheers. I got your rosé right here.
Yay, yeah, you ordered that a couple of weeks ago. So how is that rosé?
I have been anxiously awaiting tonight so I could open it up, and it's great. It's really refreshing, and as I was saying earlier, this is the perfect front porch wine in my opinion. So this is what you open up on after you've had a bad day and you go out on your front porch and you just want something refreshing in your glass. This is it.
I'm gonna warn you, I do that often, but this wine goes down really easy. So yeah, it's easy to take that bottle down and invite a friend over, share the wine. So Christy, I was just letting everybody know that, we've had a lot of different dog rescue organizations the last few weeks, and yours is different. And I was just really inspired by talking to you on Monday. And I just would like for you to tell us a little bit, when did you start this organization? How did it come? What was the inspiration for it? And then you have these 4 distinct programs that we're going to highlight here in a minute. But tell us a little bit about yourself and how this all started.
Okay. Well, Good Sense Dogs was started by 2 professional dog trainers who Rochelle and I actually met at another nonprofit, and we were both service dog trainers. And we saw a need for service dogs, but we also saw a need that went beyond that for just the community at large who were pet owners or desired to be pet owners who were not being served. They were at risk. They perhaps were not making ends meet. They weren't feeding their dogs. They didn't know about dogs. So we started kind of shifting our focus more to serving the underserved pet owners of Sacramento with our programs, and it's kind of branched out. So we started with our education program where we were going into schools and other communities formerly homeless and teaching them about how to properly take care of animals. Many of these students had not been exposed to that at all. Our program at Gerber High is all teens who came out of corrective services. They may be foster kids. They may have been suspended from their school or expelled. So a lot of them haven't been exposed to that. We're telling them some new information that they can take on to them when they're adults and pet owners. And then we have a therapy dog program. And right now our therapy dogs are going specifically into hospice and often hospice facilities that serve underserved communities. And these people perhaps are not having a lot of visitors and are lonely. So we're making sure that we bring in animals to kind of brighten their day. We have a program where we just facilitate proper care of animals by feeding the pets of the homeless, bringing out bags to encampments, and even individuals And then our most recent is our rescue dog program, where we're taking in animals of the terminally ill, homeless, and training and rehoming them.
I'm still just like, you think you know a lot about things, and then you see this and you realize there's just so much that we don't know. I remember you telling me on Monday, I guess this is probably the education program. If you're a child or a young adult and you're never taught that, to be kind to animals, or how to take care of animals, and you just don't know. I think so that education is so important.
I
And
think us do take it for granted that we were just raised with families that have pets, and our pets were part of the family, and that just is part of who we are as we come up. But that's not the same for everyone, and it's kind of a light bulb moment for a lot of these students who realize, oh, I don't just have to chain my dog in the backyard, or my dog actually does need shelter from the elements. They feel things just like you and me.
yeah, I mean, my, dogs are super spoiled. Monica just adopted a dog not too long ago. She has cats also. But yeah, I mean, these are my children. I opted to not have the two-leggeds. I have had plenty of four-leggeds, but, and then your therapy dog program, or this one here, the Sensitive Souls. If somebody, these, I guess, I'm homeless, I'm going to say, but yeah, if these animals are everything to them, and then they're terminally ill, I mean, just, those last moments in life, I probably provides much comfort to them, knowing that you're going to help them. And
Yeah, in nationwide, 1 in 4 homeless have an animal, and in California, I think that statistic is higher. And I think a lot of people don't realize that for this population of people, their animals are actually everything to them. They may not have a possession in the world, but their dog or their pet is everything. It's their best friend in their family. So they really actually take quite good care, the best care that they possibly can, and they want so much for their animals. If they only have $3 left, they're going to spend it on a Big Mac for their dog.
that makes me feel a lot better. I think I was also sharing with you, homelessness is everywhere, and obviously big cities like San Francisco, Los Angeles, I mean, it's everywhere. And so I have compassion. I feel for these, homeless people. And then, but when they have animals, I'm like, oh my God, I want to just like take a bag of dog food, or. But what you shared, like you just said, is that these animals are everything to them, and yeah, they would put them first before themselves. And
Absolutely.
so
Yeah, we see that over and over.
that's good. I mean, it gives me goosebumps. Just, yeah, I feel better about that. But so do you have a brick and mortar, or are you just online now? And I also wanted to ask you, some of the organizations that we've spoken to, actually all of them, I asked the same question. How has COVID-19 affected them? We found that in a lot of these organizations, it's actually been good because the shelters have been being cleared. But because you're a little bit different, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so at this time, we don't have brick and mortar, although that is a goal for us. So we are just out in the community. We're at schools, we're at homeless encampments, we're at different facilities, and then we work with foster homes too. So the animals that we receive are cared for in foster homes. For us, because we're not just a rescue, in fact, rescue is just a part of what we do, we've actually had a lot of inquiries for assistance because of the populations that we're working with are affected the most right now. They were maybe marginally getting by as it was, and since COVID, things are even worse. So we're even getting calls from individuals who are saying, I'm out of food, I'm out of money, I've only been able to feed my dog bread for the last 2 days. Can you help us? And we'll haul out a big bag of dog food to them. So yeah, the need is definitely there, and that's why we're really asking for more help and more assistance, so we can go out to individuals' homes or encampments, or just assist wherever it's needed.
That's great. So I guess that kind of segues into my next question. How can people help? I think I see here you want to talk about your auction that's going on now, I think?
Yeah, right now it's live right now. It closes June 27th, the same day as the Sacramento SPCA Doggy Dash. So we've been very fortunate to get a lot of donations from pet product companies, and we're auctioning off some really awesome stuff, and I think you see the link there. So we're taking bids on those till the 27th of the month, and every bid helps us, of course, do all 4 of our programs. We are a 501(c) nonprofit and rely on grants and donations alone.
That's fantastic. And so, yeah, you said there's well, the link that they could go to, and of course they can check you out on your website and other ways as well. So I mentioned something. How let's just talk about this one, Joshua's house. This is another beautiful thing. Tell us about this.
Yeah, so we're now partnered with Joshua's House, and they are not yet open, but they will be the first and only, actually, on the West Coast hospice for the terminally ill homeless. So typically, when a homeless person becomes terminally ill, they don't have any place to go. So Joshua's House will be opening it's going to be a 20-bed facility to take in that population. And because we know that so many in that population have animals, many of them would rather just frankly die in the streets than leave their dog. And so we're giving that population the option, the ability to have a place for their dog to go, so that they can receive their end of life care that is so important. We're letting them know that we will take care of your dog, we will train them and rehome them in a loving home, so that you can have a decent and comfortable end of life experience.
It makes you feel so, I don't know, it's just overwhelming, but it's a beautiful, beautiful thing that you do there. So tell us, I know you just said how we can help, but I'm sure you volunteers, fosters, that's important for you as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We can always use fosters and a variety of other places and ways that you can help, even if you can't take in animals to your home, because I know a lot of us are at max capacity. We're all animal lovers here. Even for me, I have trouble taking even one more. But there's other ways you can help too. If you're great at photography, we always have a need for that. If you are awesome at writing, we can always use grant writers. If you just are able to kind of spread the word, that's a help to us as well. There's a number of ways you can help us, and you can just hit us up on our social media or at info@goodsensedogs.com to raise your hand and let us know if you can help us.
That's cool. I have a good friend who he's a photographer, and he's been in fashion photography for many, many years. But he texted me not too long ago and said, I'm so inspired. I really want to try to take my very talent, and he wants to start working with dogs. So maybe I can connect you guys and
Look us up.
see. It's all about connecting.
Right.
So I just want to share here on this next slide. This is where you can get in touch with Good Sense Dogs. There's Christy at Good Sense Dogs there. You can go to their website. You can also find them on Facebook and Instagram, Good Sense Dogs. And of course, donations accepted through PayPal. So, I just want to thank you, Christy. Your story has been just enlightening. I think one of the greatest things that I've just enjoyed over these last few weeks, not only drinking wine, but learning just about these different organizations. And there's so many wonderful people out there who are just really on the front line providing a voice for animals. In your case, some of these people as well. I love what I do, just knowing that selling my wine, I'm able to give back. But it's again, people like you and the people that we met over the last few weeks who are really out there. So God bless you for all that you do. It's wonderful, and cheers to you and your organization.
Well, cheers to you as well. We appreciate you and people like you who help us spread the word.
Absolutely. I'm glad we could provide the platform, and hopefully we can continue on the collaboration, not only virtually, but once we can all start hanging out again together. And you're only up in Sacramento, right?
Sacramento Valley is who we're able to service right now.
Okay. All right, good. Well, fortunately, we can ship wine up there. We ship wine anywhere in the state of California and Nevada. Unfortunately, that's it for right now. But if you are not a wine drinker and you live outside of the state of California or Nevada, we have another option for you. We have these beautiful candles that we make from our recycled bottles. So all my wine club members save their bottles, and of course I drink a lot of wine and I save the bottles too. But these candles come in 2 different sizes. So this is the small one. This is 110 burn hours, and the large one is 140 burn hours. These are 100% soy candles, clean burning, and this one is sweet peach. This is crackling firewood. So I have a bunch of different scents. You can go on the website and check them out. But yeah, if you can't drink for a great cause, you can light a candle for a great cause. Christy, I also wanted to let you and everybody know that any wine and candle sales throughout the month of June will benefit Good Sense Dogs. If you've been tuning in here, you know that we've been obviously featuring different organizations. So every organization that we feature within a specific month, I tally up all the wine and candle sales and I divide it equally. I believe that I was able to give over $400 in the month of April to the different organizations. So I still have to figure out May, but you know, the more wine we sell, the more we can give back. So I encourage you to order your wine today. You can click shop now or go directly to the website, nectarofthedogswine.com. I have a wonderful person who helps me with my social media, so you can stay up to date on all things NOTDW by following us on Instagram at Nectar of the Dogs Wine. And then if you're interested in joining us for wine time, you can email me or you can email Monica at Nectar of the Dogs Wine, and we'd love to have you. As I mentioned, we started back in April and we thought, well, we got 4. And then May came along and we're like, well, we have another 4. And so now I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Monica, but we're into July now?
We are, yeah.
So we're going to keep doing this as long as people keep watching. You know, even if nobody watches, we just want to be able to, well, hopefully people are watching.
I hope so.
I do want people to watch.
Or we're talking to ourselves.
But we just, we're highlighting these organizations and giving them, you know, a platform, and that feels good. So because we can't go anywhere, our events. Tell us, Monica, our events.
Events. Oh, so sad, but the events are gone.
They're gone.
2020 is done. However, we have an alternative for you. We have virtual private wine tastings. You just need to buy a 4-bottle minimum. There's all of our wines that we have currently right there on the screen. Pick up 4 bottles, contact Melanie or contact myself, coordinate a time that we can join you on any platform, Zoom, Skype, FaceTime, whatever works for you. We'll walk you through whichever varietals that you purchase, tell you our story, and drink some wine with you. It's a lot of fun, and a portion of the proceeds goes back to dog rescues.
Yeah, it's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
There's so many different so many different wineries out there who doing the virtual wine tastings, and that's awesome. You know, just equal opportunity drinking is always great.
When you drink
who
gives back?
Who gives back? We give back. So, you know, when you're drinking with us, you're drinking for a great cause. I'm trying to get Vinny to turn around, but he's just not having it. But Bronny wanted to say hello. So I think that kind of wraps it up for this week. Thank you again for tuning in if you're there. And if not, you know, just spread the word. We're here every Friday at 5 o'clock. And
go buy some wine.
Go buy some wine.
It's 30% off case discount. Go before it's over.
30% off, absolutely. We're going to be celebrating this weekend. I'm going to say it. He told me not to, but it's my husband's 50th birthday on Monday. So it's going to be a party weekend. We'll be drinking lots of wine.
How old is he going to be?
Yeah, that one after 49, I think. But Christy, I wanted to just thank you again for joining us on Wine Time. You know, my heart to you, it's beautiful what you're doing, and thank you so much for sharing the message and anything that we can do to help. We're here for you. So
thank you, and great wine.
I'm glad that you enjoyed that. Please tell all your friends, and you know, the more we sell, the more we give back. So it's good for everybody. But thank you all for tuning in. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. Cheers. Stay safe. And may dogs continue to bless your life.
Cheers.